Welcome to Living Beyond Labels. Detach your self-worth from others' perceptions and build lasting confidence. Written by Sister Theophilia Agusabi Akamobi, BSN, RN. This book was created for anyone who has ever been judged, overlooked, misunderstood, or limited by what others thought they saw. If you have carried invisible wounds from criticism, rejection, or comparison, if you have ever felt not good enough, not worthy, or afraid to be fully seen, then this book is your turning point. Inside these pages, and now through this audio, you will discover practical strategies, mindset shifts, healing truths, and empowering affirmations to rebuild your confidence from the inside out, because your value is not defined by other people, not by their labels, not by their opinions, not by their expectations. You are more than what they said. You are more than what you have been through. You are becoming everything God designed you to be. In this journey, allow your heart to be renewed, your mind strengthened, and your identity restored. This is your time to rise, to reclaim your voice, and to live freely, boldly, and confidently. Beyond every label. Let us begin. Copyright Living Beyond Labels. Detach self-worth from others' perceptions and build lasting confidence. Copyright Kerpofer, 2025 by Sri Theophilia Agasibakamobi, BSN, RN. All rights reserved. No part of this book may be reproduced, stored, or transmitted in any form or by any means. Electronic, mechanical, photocopying, recording, or otherwise, without the prior written permission of the author, except for brief quotations in reviews or academic use. For permissions, contact nurseddigitalmillionaire@gmail.com. Dedication. To everyone who has ever felt unseen, unheard, or unworthy, may these words remind you that your value is not defined by labels, titles, or opinions. To the brave souls learning to live freely and confidently, you are not alone. And to every reader on a journey of rediscover, this book is your mirror of freedom, acknowledgement, with deep gratitude to everyone who believed in me when I doubted myself. To my family and community for their constant love, prayers, and support. To my readers, you are my greatest motivation. Thank you for allowing me to speak into your hearts. To my mentors, fellow nurses, and creative collaborators, your encouragement keeps my purpose alive. And most importantly, to God, whose presence fills my heart with courage and whose love empowers me to live and write beyond labels. Preface. We live in a world obsessed with definitions, titles, achievements, and appearances. From childhood, we are given labels that shape how we see ourselves and how others treat us. But what happens when those labels no longer fit? I wrote Living Beyond Labels for the woman who doubts her worth, the man who hides behind perfection, and the dreamer who is afraid to fail. It is a journey of peeling away everything false and rediscovering who you were before the world told you who to be. Through personal reflections, practical exercises, and spiritual truths, this book will help you detach your identity from external validation and rebuild confidence rooted in authenticity. If you have ever felt stuck under the weight of expectations, this book is for you. It is time to rise, to heal, and to live beyond labels. Disclaimer: this book is written for educational, inspirational, and personal growth purposes only. The author is not a licensed mental health provider, therapist, or counselor. The contents are based on personal experience, research, and spiritual reflection. Readers are encouraged to seek professional assistance if dealing with mental health challenges such as depression, anxiety, or trauma. The author and publisher assume no responsibility for any actions taken as a result of reading this book. Every reader's journey is unique. Use these insights as guidance, not as a substitute for personalized care. Introduction: the weight of labels. From the time we are born, people begin attaching words to us. She is shy. He is smart. They are trouble. She is a leader. He is lazy. These labels stick to us like invisible name tags. Some feel good, but others cut deep. The truth is, labels are powerful. They can shape how we see ourselves, how others treat us, and even what we believe we are capable of. A child told they are bad at math may avoid numbers for life. A teenager labeled too sensitive may silence their emotions to avoid ridicule. An adult who was called a failure may never pursue a dream, convinced they will never measure up. But here is the reality: you are not your labels. Your worth is not defined by someone else's opinion, mistake, or misunderstanding of you. This book is your invitation to break free from the words, categories, and boxes that have kept you small. You will learn how to recognize the labels that have been placed on you. Serial. Detach your self-worth from other people's perceptions. Rewrite the inner story you have been carrying for years. Build confidence rooted in truth, not approval. Live boldly and authentically, beyond every label. If you have ever felt trapped by the weight of others' opinions or struggled to find your true identity, you are not alone. But you do not have to live stuck in those false definitions anymore. By the end of this book, you will not just remove labels, you will rise beyond them, stepping into a confident, free, and authentic version of yourself. Welcome to your unlabeled life. Chapter 1. The Power of a Label. What is a label? A label is simply a word or phrase used to define someone. Sometimes labels are descriptive, tall, creative, athletic. Sometimes they are limiting, lazy, weird, unworthy. Labels can come from family. You are the responsible one. Teachers. You will never be good at this. Friends or peers. You are too much. Society. People like you do not succeed. The problem is not that labels exist. Tear is when we internalize them and allow them to define our identity. The invisible prison. Imagine carrying sticky notes on your body with every label people have ever given you. Over time, those words would weigh you down, restrict your movement, and keep you from moving freely. That is exactly what happens emotionally when we live under labels. We stop trying new things. We shrink ourselves to fit expectations. We play roles others wrote for us, instead of writing our own story. Real-life example. A young girl was told she was too quiet her whole life. She grew up believing her voice did not matter. She avoided leadership roles, stayed silent in classrooms, and even let opportunities pass her by because she thought her nature disqualified her. Years later, she realized being thoughtful and observant was not weakness. She was strength. Her so-called quietness made her an excellent listener, leader, and problem solver. The label that once limited her became a gift when she learned to see it differently. Practical reflection exercise. Take out your journal and make two lists. 1. Labels I have been given, positive and negative. 2. Labels I have silently accepted about myself. Now ask, are these labels truly who I am? Or just opinions I have carried too long? Affirmations to break the label cycle. 1. I am more than the words spoken over me. 2. No label can contain my full identity. 3. I choose to define myself by truth, not perception. Bold step challenge. Share one label you have carried with someone you trust. Say out loud, "This does not define me anymore." Notice how freeing it feels to break its power by speaking it. Closing thought. Labels have power only when we believe them. The moment you begin to question and reject false labels,